What's up, GOZO heads? This is Trig. How are you? Welcome to GOZO TV, the Trig Podcast of Joy. On this beautiful day here on Tuesday, having an awesome time. I want to talk to you today about rest. Did you know that 41 million people in the United States, nearly a third, it says in this article here in the New York Times, of all working adults get 6 hours or fewer of sleep at night? 6 or less. I love what this article says, that even though most of us think that 8 hours is what we all need, this guy's saying, his name's David Randall, that most of us, our bodies are designed to actually sleep twice a day. Like maybe sleep 4 or 5 hours at night and then 3-4 hours during the day. It's like a super long siesta. Like, sign me up, right? Well, I want to talk to you about the idea of sacred and biblical rest. What does God think of rest? You know, I feel that the reason why God in the beginning in Genesis 1 said that he rested on the seventh day, it's not because he was tired, but he wanted to model for us this idea of rhythm. So many times we lack wisdom and we make decisions that aren't very smart because we're lacking in rest. Not just sleep, but mental rest, psychological, spiritual rest. And so in Exodus chapter 12, God talks about the idea of Sabbath. The Hebrew word for Sabbath is Shabbat. Say it, Shabbat. And it means to cease and desist. Like the cops, cease and desist. Basically means to rest. And here are 3 things that resting or taking a day out of your week to have a Sabbath with God does for you. The first one is you learn to worship God. You know, when we take time to be with God and to pause from the week and the busyness, we worship. We become more in tune with our spirit. We become in tune with God, who is the creator, who is the majestic one, who is the counselor. Second, we learn to trust. In Exodus 12, again, when God instituted the Sabbath, people were struggling with trusting God with what to eat. They were out in the desert and they were running out of food. They grumbled. God gave them manna, remember? Which means, what is this in Hebrew? But God says, on the 7th day, there will be no manna. Nothing will fall from heaven. No cornflakes. People are like, what? What are we going to do? God said, trust me. Instead, on the 6th day, gather twice as much. But guess what people did? They didn't trust God. They went out on the 7th day, and all the stuff that they gathered was filled with worms and maggots. Kind of gross. But God instituted the Sabbath so that we would trust him. Sometimes when we have to rest from work, from stress, from worry, we have to trust God. It's not up to us to make everything happen. The third thing is that we gain strength. When we worship God, when we take that day to rest and to have a Sabbath, we have strength in our lives. It says in John 9 that Jesus took time in the middle of his busy schedule to go away to a mountaintop to pray. And then guess what happens immediately? All the disciples are like, wait, Lord Jesus, there's like 5,000 people down the mountain, like looking for you, all the paparazzi, you know, all the people that need healing, all the lepers, all the sick, all the hungry. People are waiting for you. Let's get going. What's all this rest stuff? But Jesus, it says that after he had rested and prayed, he got up and he says that he had compassion for people. You know, sometimes we lack compassion or we grow weary because we're not resting. We're not resting in God. So GOZO heads, I just want to encourage you on this beautiful Tuesday to take a break. Divert daily. Here's something, a practical tip. Divert daily, withdraw weekly, abandon annually, and I like to say retreat regularly. Have those times where you go to a mountain, you go to the beach, you go to that safe place and spend time with God worshiping him. Spend time with God also giving him all of your worries, learning to trust him. Spend time with God also asking him for strength. A lot of times we have to go somewhere though and take a break from the normal routine. Even if people are saying, what are you doing? You got to work more. You got to burn it on both ends of the stick. You know yourself. Listen to your spirit. Listen to your mind. Listen to your body. Rest. Take a Sabbath. Withdraw weekly. Divert daily. Do something fun. With beauty, with creation, with people you love. It's not being lazy. It's not being apathetical. It's not caring. It's taking care of yourself, taking care of your body. Have a great rest of the day, GOZO heads. Have a great rest of this Tuesday. Have a great afternoon. Have a great evening, and I will see you next time.